Oh, life ain't a ding dong. If I could take you up in boom 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 boom, tell me I'm the only one that you love.
To start season 2, I finally got the Sally keychains dropping at my website. We have a custom steel, great quality keychain to support my build, to support Sally, and to support YouTube. This is my first merchandise that I will be dropping. As you can see, great quality. You see the NR initials right here, and I'm super excited about this. I know you guys are too. I've been hyping it all on Instagram, and now they are available. So head to my website, naterider.com. Link will be down in the description as well as right here. Go ahead and pick it up. I appreciate the support so much. And cheers to season 2.
Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And a ding dong, plans would come true. And a ding dong, spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Take you up in boom 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 boom, tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And a ding dong, plans would come true. And a ding dong, spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
What is good, riders? Welcome back. Boy, it has been so long. Welcome to season 2, because what we did is we brought back Sally. She is back from the grave. I am so excited right now. It has been way too long, and I know all you guys have been asking me so many questions in this video. I'm gonna go ahead and try to reach every single one of them, the full rebuild and everything about Sally. I'm excited. I'm making my return back on YouTube. It's been about a month and a half since the last time I posted, and we have some catching up on. And I know the #1 question that you guys are wondering: what happened to Sally? What broke her? Tell me everything about this full breakdown and rebuild, and we are going to get that. But first, I want to start off with underneath the hood, because that's where it all starts really at. So this is it. We have Sally back, dirtier than ever. As you can see, I'm definitely gonna do a full wash and detail next week to post, so stay tuned for that, because she's filthy. May not look like on camera, but if you go ahead and just do that, yeah, it's not too bad. But anyways, the cold air intake is filthy. But this is her underneath the hood. I told you guys with the full rebuild, I wanted to get in as much as I could, and boy, I took advantage of it, and I can't wait to go more into detail. But first, I want to go ahead and tell you guys exactly what broke Sally. So about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, if you guys are new to my channel, which actually, let me go ahead and tell you guys this before we get into the break. It's been about a month and a half since I last posted. And when I left YouTube, I had 9,000 subscribers. And during my period of not posting anything, I actually reached almost 2,000 additional subscribers based on my previous videos. And I could not thank you guys even more. Thank you so much. But again, a month and a half ago, my car broke down because of the camshafts. 100% the reason why. I'm gonna show you guys right now what actually caused it. So if you guys have been watching Jonathan Harder, which also has had a 3-valve, and he blew his up using his camshafts, well, mine was exact replica. So I have all my parts right here. A burnt disc clutch, which we are gonna go ahead and get to later on after I talk about this, but this was the #1 reason why it broke down. As you guys could see, exactly what happened to Jonathan Harder. You guys could see, obviously, burnt metal right here, scratched up and indented, and then this is how it should look like. This is the passenger side, and this is the driver's side sprocket. If you look right here, you could see the keyhole, which you have to align to the key of the camshaft right here. which look how much is demolished. But anyways, for you guys wanting to install camshafts, it is a breeze, I'm telling you. The only mix-up was that the mechanic that did the passenger side did not line the keys up, this key to that key, which it should go. I'm pretty fluid. Let me try doing it right now. So if you were to take that keyhole and put it in that, it should line in right like that, just locks in place, and that's how it should go. But the mechanic that did this one, he didn't even line it up because it was dark at night, and that should have been a no-go in the beginning. But basically all he did was, instead of looking for the key and pushing it in as it should, he literally just planted it on there and muscled his way with this bolt. You're supposed to do 120 foot-pounds with like a 90-degree turn. He literally just muscled it straight through without torquing it to specs, and that was a huge mistake. And this is to give you a better look on the stripped bolt, as you could see on the edges. Very, very bad idea, but that was the reason why it broke. It was not because of the stock internals. These camshafts were made for stock internals to work, which I still do have stock internals, just newer ones. But yeah, that was the reason why it broke. Camshaft was not torqued and it was not aligned with the keyhole. So I hope that clarifies some things. Now let's go on to the clutch. When I did the rebuild, of course the engine was all out, and I want to go ahead and do as much as I can while the engine is out. And the mechanic actually found out that my clutch disc was actually pretty burnt. As you see right here, it's almost matching this little keyhole, and that's how you know if your clutch needs a new one or not, is if the grooves like barely meet right here. So burnt clutch disc thanks to Nitrous, but we got a new one. So now let me go ahead and tell you guys everything. Got dirty hands. And a lot of you guys say that I should go ahead and get my monies back from the mechanic, and I totally would if it was an actual mechanic, but it was a family friend that did it for free, so it was pretty much my fault for letting him do that. Now let me go ahead and tell you guys everything that I have done to my car ever since I did the full rebuild. So the engine was out. I told the mechanic, while the engine is out, I want to go ahead and do as much as I can. Don't mind my Nitrous system, it's just a complete mess. The mechanic just put it there so he could connect all the fuel system. I did paint the valve covers black, which I kind of did a horrible job at. If you really look in detail, like I need to like touch that up, but it looks pretty good. It doesn't look horrible, but the black looks pretty dope. I'm glad I went with black. They did not have the powder blue, and so it looks a lot better underneath the hood in my opinion. Of course, like I mentioned before, the Steeda charge motion control plates, which restrict those little flaps that flip in between the 05 and 08 manifold, as well as the Pypes long tube headers and the new clutch disc. And now let me go ahead and tell you guys how I got this for a steal, but let me go wash my hands. All right, so now let's talk about the pricing of the full rebuild, because I know you guys are super curious. So the full rebuild started off with $500 down payment to go ahead and bring out the engine at least. I went ahead and paid the $500 as soon as I took it to the mechanic. Then he told me basically the full diagnostics. The bottom end of the engine with the heads, the pistons, and all of that were okay, but everything on the top end, like the rockers, the lash adjusters, the rods, and the timing chain and the timing chain guidings were completely destroyed. Those are usually the parts that go out pretty quickly in the 05 to 09 Mustang. That's why you always hear that little lifter tick on some of them. So then that was basically it. He quoted me $2,500 for a full engine rebuild, which I was totally okay. But since he had to get the new rockers as well as the lash adjusters and the timing chain with the sprockets on all of that, it was a total of $300 additional from the full engine rebuild. So I was just like, okay, can you go ahead and cut it down? They cut it down to $2,700. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do for it. So the full engine rebuild has all new stock internals minus the heads, the crank, as well as the pistons, because those usually last a very long time. Everything on the top end got replaced, all the timing chain got everything is basically brand new in the engine. And when we talked about the stock internals, that means stock camshafts. So I cannot tell you guys how lucky I got this. So I posted on Instagram a while ago. If you guys have been following me, you knew that I was looking for a Ford Performance hot rod camshaft for the 05 to 09 Mustang. To be honest with you guys, I was just going to go back to stock because forged internals, a lot of money and a lot of time, and I really wanted to get my car back as soon as possible because this is my daily driver. 5.0 Coyote swap. Again, very expensive. Only a few people in San Diego could have the knowledge to do it, that I know of at least. And again, a long time. And so those two options were out. I was just going to go stock and do a full bolt-on, as well as run the nitrous. Again, that was the plan, because, you know, I'm tight on money. So I hit up you guys on Instagram, which you guys always got my back. I said, whoever has a passenger Ford Performance hot rod camshaft, hit me up and we'll work something out. And I got so lucky. Within a couple of minutes, somebody hit me up in San Diego area, 5 minutes away from me, says that they had the same exact problem but happened on their driver's side. So it was the most craziest thing I have ever seen. I copped that camshaft for a great price, slapped it in the passenger, and now we still have the cammed S197, which I'm super excited about. Thank you again for that hot rod camshaft. And so they put it all together, they got the engine, put it back, an additional $850 because you have to reconnect everything. I guess it takes longer to put it back in than to take it out, because you actually have to like connect everything correctly. So that was basically it. We have the $500 for the taking the engine out, the $2,700 for the full engine rebuild, and the $850 for the putting back together and the clutch. That comes out to a total of $4,050. That was the total price I paid for my full engine rebuild. Basically a brand new engine, a new clutch, long tube headers, charge motion control plates, painted valve covers, and a new tune. All together, that's what I've done because I wanted to go ahead and get the most out of it. I think I got my money's worth while the engine was out, because I basically got a free long tube header install, free clutch install, Steeda charge motion control plates, and I did the valve cover. So I think I did great. It usually does run about $5,000 just starting, and other mechanics do about additional for parts and stuff like that. So that is it. Basically, my full engine rebuild, what I've been doing for the past couple of months, MIA, and everything here. So I am gonna go ahead and give you guys a little taste of the long tube headers and the off-road H-pipe, Shorty H-pipe. I had to go with H, not X. I'm not a big fan of X, as you guys know, so let's go ahead and get this clip right in real quick. Come on now. This is very loud, a lot louder than the stock exhaust manifolds for sure. You can see right here, they just look sick. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but overall, great quality. That is everything I have for you guys today. My return back on YouTube. A lot of information stuffed in one video. If I did miss any, I will make sure to go ahead and touch on it in the next videos. Just let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this video is running late. Thank you guys for your support. Season 2 of Nate Ryder and Sally going underway. We have lots in store, so you better subscribe right now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you pick up my Sally keychains. It supports me as well as my build and the channel. Link is down in the description, or go to nateryder.com and purchase yours today. I appreciate it so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one.